Hello, friends. Belief in oneself and one's abilities, resilience and perseverance are the qualities that can help one emerge victorious from the most challenging situations and achieve success, even in the face of almost insurmountable obstacles. If someone were to say that Zion Clark's life would be that of an athlete, a movie and television star, a musician, and a college student, nobody would have believed it. What could possibly await a young black man who was born without legs due to a rare condition called caudal regression syndrome? To make things worse, he was growing up in foster care. Left without half of his body, it seemed that he was left without half of his life too. However, his life story is a classic tale of success, not a fairy tale, but rather a tale of achievements through relentless hard work. It's no coincidence that Zion Clark's motto became two simple words: no excuses. He even had them tattooed on his back. The phrase itself emerged during one of his wrestling matches back in school. He took a strong blow in that match and got a bit disoriented. He even began to doubt whether he could continue the match at all. At that moment, his coach yelled, "Hey Zion, you didn't come this far for nothing. Keep fighting. No excuses." These words became a reflection of Zion Clark's entire life journey. After all, even his involvement in wrestling was aimed at toughening him up for everyday life. By the age of 25, Zion Clark achieved a lot in his life. He is an actor, businessman, and a motivational speaker. All of these accomplishments appear even more impressive when you take his medical condition into account. He has a congenital condition called caudal regression syndrome. With this condition, the spinal cord, all limbs and organs below the waist do not develop. It looks as if the person has only half a body. It's hard to imagine how difficult Clark's journey must have been, but he never stopped. He always kept pushing through. It should be noted that his health problems could have been avoided. The syndrome developed because his mother was irresponsible during her pregnancy. She took medications that negatively affected the fetus's development. These drugs led to the development of a rare congenital defect that stayed with him for life. Moreover, his negligent mother abandoned him right after he was born. The baby underwent 2 surgeries just to have the ability to sit. Clark was raised by several different families, having become part of the foster care system. He recalls hating moving from one home to another. Of course, being a special child, he was constantly subjected to bullying. Clark recalls regularly enduring humiliation from his peers. They stuffed him in lockers, beat him up, and subjected him to constant ridicule. But the boy tried not to feel sorry for himself. He grew up to be a strong and resilient person. One of his teacher's brothers was a wrestling coach, and he invited the boy to try wrestling. Zion began attending wrestling classes and even went to several workouts a day. The task seemed unsolvable. Clark was initially lighter than his opponents, and he didn't have legs, the primary support of a wrestler. However, the coach decided to focus on specific techniques that would engage the muscles of his chest, arms, and shoulders. And Zion began working on them. Since he had no legs, his upper body needed to be especially strong. He started taking wrestling classes in the 2nd grade, but there were no victories or significant accomplishments for Zion in elementary school. Nevertheless, he persistently continued training, despite all the mockery. Clark said that his bullies became his biggest fans, providing him with motivation. Coach Gilbert Donahue helped Zion develop his own wrestling style and pushed him beyond mental boundaries. It wasn't without emotional breakdowns, but the coach always encouraged his unique student and kept him motivated. Zion's diligence made him one of the best in the state of Ohio. In his senior year, Zion won 33 out of 48 matches. He competed in the lightweight division, even though he only weighed 40 kilograms, facing opponents weighing up to 50 kilograms. His success in sports helped the determined young man find his purpose in life. He enrolled at Kent State University to study business. Then, something even more incredible happened. Zion met Kimberly Hawkins. She adopted the grown-up child and became a real mother to him. She never once regretted her decision. Zion Clark became a loving son for Kimberly, the son she had always dreamed of as a single woman. While life became easier, he still remembered all the bullying and humiliation he had endured. Clark decided to show that everything a person has to go through makes them stronger. He wanted to demonstrate to others that they should never give up, feel sorry for themselves, or complain about their fate. Through his example, Clark started inspiring other people to move forward and overcome their weaknesses and ailments. He started a social media page where he posts his motivational photos and videos. In one of his posts, he was running on his hands, attempting to set a world record. He did make it into the Guinness World Records eventually. He became the fastest athlete to walk a 20-meter track on their hands. But even those aren't all of Clark's achievements. He also won wheelchair races in competitions in his state. He excelled in the 100 and 400-meter distances. He accelerated in his wheelchair to a speed of 32 kilometers per hour and is now preparing for the 2024 Paralympics in Paris. Zion wants to become the first athlete to participate in both the Olympics in wrestling and the Paralympics in wheelchair racing. Netflix made a movie about Zion's incredible life, while national television runs stories about this extraordinary young man. Meanwhile, Clark continues to excel in wrestling and wheelchair racing, making his arms, chest muscles, and shoulders incredibly strong. He also successfully graduated from college with a diploma in business studies. Zion has over 1 million followers on social media, where he shares motivational posts inspiring people to live a full life despite their ailments. Here's what Clark says about it. "I post the content I do because I want people to see that our biggest limitation is our own mindset. I want people to see that we are capable of so much. Do the things you love to do and that make you happy. The strength of the Spirit works wonders, and with it, a person can become the best version of themselves despite pathologies, difficulties, and problems." In addition to sports and education, Zion also finds time for music. He plays the drums at Sunday gatherings in a Baptist church in his hometown. In his free time from training, Zion loves to travel with his girlfriend, a New York-based fashion model and Instagram blogger. The couple started dating in January 2021. The young man also learned to drive a car. On October 17, 2022, Clark made his debut in mixed martial arts. He won his fight against Eugene Murray by unanimous decision from the judges. His wrestling background helped Zion in the fight against a highly trained opponent. Who could have thought just a few years ago that this young man, who was born without legs, would have such an active life? It's all because of his main life principle: no excuses. The story of Zion Clark's life will undoubtedly get an equally exciting continuation. However, he has already proven that physical limitations won't stop a truly determined person. You just have to believe in yourself and persistently pursue your goals. And if your loved ones will support you as passionately as they support Zion Clark, the journey will be much easier. Zion Clark proves that there are no excuses for weakness and setbacks. Friends, that's all for today. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.